practice.com.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a chance.
Circle 2 big. She's a great Circle 2 putter as well, Brian.
Yes, she is. I mean, champion over the Texas State Championships. She's a Disc Golf Pro Tour winner.
And down there on the ground is our man, Nate Perkins, for an idio walk and talk with one Holyn Handley. Take it away, Perk.
Holyn, we were just admiring that screen, and you actually made a great point that you don't need it now during the round. It would be great for practice.
Yeah, definitely. This is a course where I always try to practice with somebody just so we can have someone halfway down the hill kind of telling you where your disc landed. But yeah, we need it for practice so we can get this hole dialed in.
Well, can you talk about the play to go forehand there? It seems like a kind of conservative play rather than trying to attack it with the backhand turnover.
Yeah, I went backhand turnover yesterday, and I like the angle out of my hand, but just a little too high, and I ended up going OB. And with it being, I could feel a little bit of a headwind on the tee, and sometimes that means it's a lot stronger down here, so went with the more of a guarantee inbound shot, knowing that a birdie, especially today, is probably really unlikely.
Holyn, are you really going to let Own Scoggins beat you at the Toboggan one more time?
I'm going to do my best to chase her down today for sure.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Love that from Perk and Holyn. That was a spicy question right there.
Spicy question, especially after just one round out here. It puts a lot of pressure on Own Scoggins. But we're seeing the players backing off a bit on this hole.
Yeah,
Understandable. Chase her down today.
Understandable, because they need to keep the stress down. They can't get into a hole. They can't start out over par. They know where the birdies can be taken here. You don't have to go 18 down.
Second coming up for one Cat Mertsch. That's gorgeous.
Yep. Job well done. 3.65 average yesterday with no birdies.
No birdies. Would you make a change for this one for the field, Brian, or do you like maybe just one par hole out there?
I mean, if I'm a course designer, and I'm sure you'd feel the same way, if the entire field over 4 rounds doesn't birdie it, I mean, something's got to give. Make it a true par 4 or make it a more gettable par 3.
Handley, the approach. Missy on the appropriate side, just outside bullseye.
I mean, even if you push the basket just a hair back to the flat,
Yeah.
you push it closer to the OB, make it a little riskier, I still think players would get it more often than this placement here.
Gannon, her second.
Yeah. Looking at these bonus birdies, though, these players are gonna have to get them. I mean, again, historically, your leader, Own Scoggins, has not birdied a par 3, even during her win last year. She's played over 50 par 3s on this track, birdied none of them, and was the champion last year.
The only person to ever do that.
Ever.
Ever. Yeah, to win a tournament without birding a par 3. Sten, it's a birdie bid, but it's dangerous. Right at the OB. Elevated pin as well. Do you lay this up? She wasn't.
No.
Trying to sneak in that bonus birdie, but will be a drop-in par instead. There's Holyn Handley walking to her par putt.
Already seen a lot more breeze on these feather banners than we saw yesterday. Almost dead calm. It's going to make scoring a lot tougher, especially on the green.
Nice putt from Holyn to start her day. And one stroke better than yesterday. Nate, can you speak to the weather out there? The wind, kind of the temperature. How's it feeling?
Oh, it's a completely different day. It feels great. It's a little humid still, but considerably cooler and a little bit of wind, and it's supposed to pick up in the next few hours.
Thank you, Perk. Mertsch to clean up par. Gannon will drop in hers. The card did what they needed to do here, Brian.
Yeah.
Get a 3.
Got the job done.
Steen was close too. There are your scores. Scoggins at the top, you'll see here on the other side of this break. Be right back.
We're tough.
Yeah.
And we love the outdoors, right? But poison ivy's nasty, even for tough guys like us. So we use Xanthel.
Xanthel works fast and washes away the itch.
Xanthel neutralizes toxins and washes them from your skin. In seconds, the itch is gone. Healing begins.
When you get poison ivy, get Xanthel. It works. Immediate relief, and we're right back to being tough, right?
Right.
Got poison ivy, get Xanthel.
It works.
Look at these. This is my stamp. The entropy, it's a very stable, controllable disc. Very good for short game, very good for forehand up shots, very good for backhand up shots. You can check out my new team.
The United States Disc Golf Championship. A tournament with history unmatched in the disc golf world.
Oh,
You bet.
Holyn Handley is on fire.
Talk about giving the crowd a show. What a performance from Kyle Klein.
Gannon Berg, this kid is unbelievable.
My God!
Back, and our 2025 schedule is out. You can point your phone to that QR code and check it out. Bunch of great stops on there. Couple new additions, and if you want to go to more than one stop, we've got a season's pass for you. Maybe you're like a teacher in the summer, you know, go a little road trip action, Brian.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Again, what a great sport to travel for. Not even just as a spectator, but as a player. I mean, you get to experience wherever you are in such a pure way.
Yeah, I can see, like, you know, the West Coast tour being pretty fun, you know?
Yeah.
Fly out to California, drive up to Oregon for a little bit, you know?
Oh, and there's just so much to experience across the board here.
That's over at dgpt.com/tickets if you want to grab one of those. Limited supply. Scoggins in the building. Husband and caddy Justin trailing her per the usual. There's Heidi Laine right behind Justin. Looking at two's fairway and Missy Gannon, her second.
steep uphill climb. Mm-hmm. 20-footer.
Steen also throwing 2.
Yeah, the shorter tee pad on hole 2 for the FPO division really makes that second shot a little bit easier. You don't have to smash it. Much more about body control.
Handley. Good cat Mertsch out driving Holyn Handley.
Yes. Just outside the bullseye.
Mertsch. Lovely, that should work for birdie.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to
Tattar, and it's prime disc golf watching hour in Estonia right now.
Yes,
Brian.
it is. All the disc golf fans ready to watch Kristin on the lead card. Chasing.
You'll see Tattar on the other side of this break. Be right back.
Space and then the quiet sideline. You guys with the scoreboard. I'm not going to move the quiet sideline.
If you want to know what a disc is going to feel like before you get it, you have to check out OTB disc. The first thing I'm looking for when I grab a new disc is the feel of the disc. It's got to be confidence instilled. Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
It's really, really helpful in not only finding a disc that looks beautiful, but is also exactly what you're looking for it to feel like. Of course, when you're dealing with OTB, you're going to get only the best.
Allen's the best of the best. It's the quality, the craftsmanship, the vision for what a bag could be.
I don't think anyone's disputing that it's the best made bag.
What is the simplest way to improve your disc golf game? The answer, learn from the very best. Paul Ulibarri, Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, and Holyn Handley. They're not just players, they are your elite coaches guiding you every step of the way. The Power Disc Golf Academy is the premier online disc golf academy with over 150 on-demand lessons that are specifically designed to improve your skills right now. So what are you waiting for? Join today at powerdga.com.
I don't flex, I'm a success. I don't flex, flex. I don't flex, flex. Flex, flex. I don't flex, flex. I don't flex, flex.
Welcome back to the Toboggan, and taking a look at how Ohn plays this one. It's interesting, right, isn't it?
3 starts at the Toboggan, and she's never birdied a par 3 here. That's surgical. She's a tactician. Look at the neg 58 on 93 par 4s and 5s.
Better than a 50% birdie rate.
She does make it look easy, though. Like, I think she's going to single-handedly, if she wins again this year, she's going to change the way this course gets played.
She should.
What do you do to change the course design to make it to where she's not the front runner here? I mean,
lengthen the par 4s and 5s is the only thing I can think.
And I just don't think she's the type of player that you would change a course, against. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not Ohn-proofing courses.
No, you're not going to do that because she's doing it the right way.
Yeah.
You can't really prevent somebody from getting up and down every time and making all their putts.
And you shouldn't, right?
No. That's the part of the game that sometimes takes the longest to figure out.
We're flying along in our Fly Factory drone, flying up one's fairway. Lead card should be teeing off shortly. 15 seconds there. We got Scoggins, Mertsch. No, we don't have Mertsch. We got Laine, King, and Tattar.
That's a good time.
Yeah. It's a great,
good weather,
great like 3
for the end
big tournaments.
Get you up together.
Oh, it's windy. Now. Windy.
Said good to tea.
It's all right.
This is the 10 o'clock tee time. This is our lead car. And teeing off first. She is the reigning and defending Discraft Great Lakes Open champion, and at 9 under par, she is your leader. From Los Angeles, California, Ohn Scoggins.
And here we go.
That is quite a bit errant, Brian.
Doors open right away. I mean, this takes pressure off all these players. This is your pro world distance champion here. Got to check up.
Is OB right for Laine? Oh. It tried to un-OB itself.
From Charlotte.
Hailey yesterday said she feels like she left a lot of strokes out there. I mean, bogey in hole 6 kind of stands out to me when you look at her scorecard. That's a hole I don't think she's going to do. She's a hole she's not going to bogey again.
Yeah.
She's the 2021 Discraft Great Lakes Open champion and 2-time world champion. From Tartu, Estonia, Kristin Tattar.
You know, we were talking about Kristin, quote-unquote, being off yesterday with the backhand, and yet here she is, just a few off the lead. And now she's about to take a stroke on the leader.
And they are off down the Toboggan Hill. Curious how far Scoggins will get to advance, though, Brian.
Not very far.
Will be pretty early. Mertsch throwing 3 on 3. Or that's not her third. That's her first.
That's out of bounds.
Just a bit too high, trying to go driver on this shot.
Well, it'll be her third now. once we get down there.
Carried quite a bit of distance, so at least there's a positive there, but that's the risk you run when you throw the driver off the tee.
Third for Monduhano on the same. Nice approach for a birdie. Three's tee, Handley.
Needs to check. Oh no, that's also way far back there.
Did she do that yesterday too?
She's trying to throw something stable, get the nose down, and just kind of punch it forward. And I think both times just pulling it slightly to the right.
Perk, we're looking at Scoggins grab a meter in. Can you talk about what she has left on the hole? Oh, looks like Perk's a little low right now. We'll check in with him in a bit. That's 3. It skips to a long putt for 4, Brian.
Oh my goodness.
That might be a double.
We're gonna have a ball game right away going into hole 2.
Yep.
I don't know if there's just a little bit of headwind or something, but that driver, and I know these are really overstable distance drivers she's throwing, just got whisked away.
Just a little too much Anheuser angle on that one.
Well, she got the blood pumping first thing.
Yeah. She was bogey free yesterday. Looks like she might grab 2 of those strokes right here.
I mean, you look at the holes 3 and 4, I think those are holes that she could easily make a correction on and get back on the horse. But yeah, this just got...
It just got turned, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just a wrong disc? I don't think anything's wrong with the throw.
I mean, there's only a few discs to choose from in her bag.
Yeah.
I can't think of that being the problem.
I wonder if she went flippy high speed right there.
Yeah, just a little angle problem.
Yeah. Tattar throwing 2. Got away with that one, Brian.
Almost dunked it in the basket there for 2, but putt for par. Chance to take 2 strokes potentially.
You'll see Heidi Laine grabbing a meter in off her OB drive. Should be a pretty easy up and down 4, though.
Should just be a routine step or jump putt. Might be long enough to make a full throw here. It's that tweener distance. A little bit far for the jump putt, but it's pretty short. I want to throw it down to Nate Perkins. Nate, it sounds like your signal's a little bit better. What was the wind doing off hole 1, and did that play a factor in what happened to Ohn's drive?
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling that Ohn couldn't feel the wind down here. It's kind of guarded up by the tee, and the flags were definitely ripping left to right here. So it makes sense that, you know, she threw too much Annie and the wind kind of got on top of it and just pulled it out wide.
Thank you, Nate. That was a nice layup from King. Scoggins lays up with her 4th, conceding 5. And that's all she could do there, Brian.
She's talked about the wind.
Yeah.
Kind of being a frustrating factor for her just across the board, so especially on the putting green. So it could make things interesting today.
Yeah. Laine walking to a bogey putt.
You want me first? Maybe you. Yeah.
We know she throws far, Brian. Let's see how she is on the green.
Squeaks it in on the weak side. You know, I think for Heidi, the putting stroke is really nice. When she's putting confident, it looks like she can't miss, but sometimes the confidence wanes a bit. So we'll see how it is today.
She was a 7 for 9 in C1X yesterday.
It's good enough.
Tattar for par.
Just like that, 2 strokes in the leader.
The throwing was a little off for Tattar yesterday, but the putt looked great.
Yeah, oh, and the forehand looked great. I mean, it was really
Yeah.
just a few backhands, and they cost her OB strokes. In a different day, maybe those discs don't go out of bounds. Maybe the miss is not so drastic.
T of 3, Gannon. We have a 4-way tie at the top right now.
Come on out. Same mistake as Holyn. Those discs are just not wanting to snap out.
Manduhano, T4. Just one off the lead now is Valerie Manduhano. Steen, T of 3.
Takes a lot of trust to throw this tee shot as a lefty. You're fading with the downslope towards the OB.
Man, I thought you had enough on that, Brian. That tee shot is huge.
It's really tough. Again, as a lefty, you have to land it super soft. It's scary with the OB on the left. You don't want to turn it too much.
Wow, that was in the air forever and still didn't get there.
Look at the leaderboard now.
Oh,
I don't think we expected this.
No, a double bogey from Scoggins early. Definitely not.
I mean, depending on the direction of the wind on some of these holes, that flex sidearm is not going to be as effective as it is. I mean,
yeah.
Some of these players, especially with the longer backhands, might be able to play those crosswinds to their advantage. So we'll see. Jumping over to hole 2.
Going straight up the toboggan sled.
And this is severely uphill. And you want to bite off distance so you don't have to take a full approach on the second shot. It's saying 115 meters, 376 feet. It plays closer to 500. And you got to blast this tee shot. So you'll see players throw pretty strong hyzer, something understable, just trying to clear as much ground as they can.
We're playing the short pin today. Just the very top of the hill. And a look at the hole from our Flight Factory drone.
$4,500 acres here at Kensington Metro Park. Frankly, when I looked that up, I had no idea. I was thinking, oh, you know, 400 maybe. It's a nice piece of land. Just another beautiful property here in Michigan. Hailey up the hill. Right to the flat spot.
Tattar.
Oh, yeah. And once you do that, the approach is pretty easy.
Laine coming off the bogey.
That will work as well.
And let's check out the bounce back for Scoggins. There's the accurate Scoggins we're used to, Brian. Third for Gannon on 3.
just got to be a placement hyzer. I don't think she has the full distance to get there.
Oh no, got flipped a little more than she intended and hung out into the OB.
That's a big mistake.
That's a big one. That's a pretty soft hole for the field. Monduhano, you saw her drive, now the approach on 4.
Yeah. Circle 2.
Mertsch, 3rd on 3.
Putting a move on this one. Oh, what a shot.
She'll have that left for birdie. Looks like we're at our lies for the second shots on hole 2. Scoggins up first. Another bullseye hit, Brian.
I mean, we should see quite a few of those bullseye hits on this hole, especially if you can just get the hyzer up the hill to a decent piece of footing.
It's a long look at birdie for Mertsch on 3. This is for the solo lead as well.
Not going to happen this time.
No, that one trickled a little bit, but should work for par. King back on 2, throws her second.
Nice and easy. I mean, these are only maybe 120 feet uphill.
Yeah. Handley has a long look at par to maintain her share of the lead. And then there were 3, Brian. Back to 2, Tattar. This is comically close, Brian.
Yeah.
She blasted this drive up the hill. As is tradition, the Tattar forehand into the bullseye circle. Laine. Again, just outside that jump putt range, Ryan.
Blew it long again. Yeah, it's a weird range. You can't really rely on technique to get the disc to the basket from there. It's like just outside that jump putt range where you can kind of cheat it.
It's all feel, huh?
It's really feel-based.
Gannon, a bogey putt after 2 OB strokes on the hole. Could have been worse. Cat Mertsch walking to her par putt. So it trickled just outside the bullseye. Laine, the approach was a little long and now has a scary putt on the comeback for birdie.
Oh, and gets the ramp. That is not what you want.
Thankfully didn't go too far. She's still in the circle, I believe. That's the bullseye right there. Okay.
I mean, an uphill putt on an elevated pin with some
yeah.
wind. You see the feather banners in the background. It's not easy. I mean, a headwind putt, even from 15, 20 feet on one of these elevated pins, is extremely daunting.
Laine now for par.
A little bit of a weak side squeaker. Nice birdie there for Hailey King. If you got the distance like them, birdie feels like you kind of got to get it.
Yeah. Scoggins gets her birdie in as her par 4 tradition. And Tattar for hers.
And we walk over to 3 to go back down the hill now. Manduhano.
Online, just low for that birdie bid. Thankfully didn't go anywhere. There's a drop off on the far side. Back to the tee of the same. Mertsch.
No. Nothing is this. Oh, no. What?
Tee of 5 now with Val.
It's got to keep pushing. Yeah. It's going to be circle 2.
Back to 4 for Handley.
That is perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Let's go back to 3 and check out our birdie zone brought to you by our friends over at Boater Brothers. Head over to boaterbrothers.com, grab your copy of the best-selling disc golf board game in the world.
Again, par 5, that birdie zone, in my opinion, can get even bigger because as long as you just get down to the flat, you can chip up to this sliver on the left side, get up to the green and take your 4. Eagle, yeah, you have to push the fairway a little bit more if you want to get within 400 feet. I think some of these players in this lead card can do exactly that.
We saw the Ella Hansen birdie eagle yesterday.
I mean, that makes sense to me. I mean, even the big distance throwers can throw mid-ranges or putters down the hill and get themselves to a spot to take that eagle 3.
Looking like Hansen did back that up with a bogey today, though. This course is playing a little tougher in these conditions. A little slippery, a little more windy.
Most definitely. And again, there's a lot of twists and turns on this course. You're not going to feel the wind. You're going to have to trust your instincts and what you practice during the week to make these wind reads.
Looking back up the fairway of 3. Should be King up first. There she is. Brian.
Well,
is this going to check up?
No.
My gosh, that was about to be massive.
Seems like we keep seeing that same miss, and she went with a driver. I think it's a good play.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going with the driver, you want to miss left, kind of like what Cat Mertsch did. So close.
Tattar.
A little bit more hyzer.
Is it going to unwind enough?
No. It is not. Wonder if we're going to see the same mid-range out of Ohn's hand.
Let's see, it's that red. Yep, that's it.
Slowing down more than the rest of her card. When OB left yesterday.
She might be short of the OB line coming in. Yes, just short enough, Brian.
Maybe that's what she's playing
Maybe
for?
that's what she's doing, Brian. It makes sense,
Like-
doesn't it?
Like I said, she can just throw a hyzer from there, get up and down, take her birdie, and move on.
Yeah. Laine has the arm for an eagle. Does she have the aspirations?
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. That rock plate's looking pretty good right now.
Oh, the spotters better be on their horse on that one. Those blackberry bushes back there are absolutely brutal.
We're going to need Terry Miller to find that one.
He would have already been there.
He would have had it. Cat Mertsch throwing 2 on 4. You saw the drive. She said she threw it into the abyss, I believe, were the words that she called this tree. Oh, that ain't it, Brian. Oh no, this is the fairway of 5 with Manduhano. A long look at birdie technically. Is OB long?
I think she's okay.
I think so too.
Good speed on that.
Now Mertsch and her 3rd. Work left on the up and down par. It's a circle 2 crowded putt coming up from Mertsch.
It's going to be a tough par look, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Still a chance.
Handley on the same had a beautiful drive, going mid-range on the approach. Or is this even slower, Brian?
Yeah, I believe it's a hybrid. I believe it's in between.
Thank you.
Nicely done. 20-footer.
Flying above hole 3.
This is just one of my favorite holes in disc golf. They've shrunk the fairway quite a bit over the years, though. I remember when you could bail out all the way to the other fairway off to the left side.
That's right, yeah. It was
Throw it
all
as
open.
far as you wanted. I saw guys going for the peninsula that used to not be out of bounds. Yeah, it's definitely turned into a real pro-level hole over the years, but boy, was it fun.
It's a great look at how really skinny that fairway is, Brian.
Yeah. And I think that's why some players opt to go with the drivers. It starts to open up the farther down the fairway you go, which I really love. I love rewarding the distance players with that.
Brian, can you talk about the results here from these tee shots? Or Perkins, excuse me. What are they looking at for here? A bunch of 3rd shots and then Ohn 2nd.
Yeah, they're early right, and the footing is just so hard on that hill. It's still really slick from the rain yesterday and the dew this morning. So I imagine Heidi's lining this up, and she's looking to throw short of that OB bubble and just kind of play this one for the 5. And I imagine Tattar is actually going to be in range to get up and down from about 350.
Thank you, Perk. Laine, her 3rd. Oh. Flirting, Brian. But safe.
That's great.
Mertsch for par on 4. There's a drop-off on the far side from this angle. Heady golf, Brian.
Keep the stress levels low.
I do not hate that play at all.
Eat the bogey.
Yeah. Manduhano was safe after the approach, coming back for par now. Hole 5.
Yes. Great par save there.
Scoggins, 2nd on 3. Ohn's eating this elephant one bite at a time, Brian.
No problem at all.
See the basket for the upshot.
I know.
Birdie putt for Handley to get within 1. Strong make from Holyn. And a good bounce back after the bogey on the last.
I want to throw it down to Nate Perkins right now. Nate, we're walking down the fairway of 3. Talk about your thoughts on the strategy off the tee on this hole.
Yeah, there's so many different ways that you can play it, and none of them are really that easy, especially with where they brought the OB in on that left side. It's so important to control your nose angle and throw down. And I think too often, you know, players throw to the launch angle is just straight out, and it exaggerates your miss. I really like the way Ohn's playing it, just making sure she's playing short of the OB because, you know, this is a par 5 for them, so they have room to throw short off the tee.
Thank you, Perk. Looking at Tattar and her third. See if she can get within range for a birdie putt. Before that, though, King and her third. Flirting with that same mistake we saw from Gannon, but safe.
Great shot.
And now Tattar's third.
Fantastic.
To edge of fairway, circle 2 for birdie.
And this backhand from Kristin looked popped. A little bit closer than we thought.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be a chance for birdie.
Handley, tee of 5.
It's riding that right side.
Oh, what a nasty kick, Brian.
There might be a few lanes a few feet wide that she could fight through. It feels like this part of the course has been trampled enough over the years now.
Ahead on 6, Monduhano.
Really flippy putter. I think it's still going to be okay.
Back to 3 for Laine and her 4th. Trying to get a view of the basket. Decent hops.
Decent hops. Springy.
Yeah. Oh, in. Oh, it's quite a bit short, but that's a putt still.
Oh, yeah. Nicely done.
To look at par from over there for Laine. Scoggins throwing 3.
Needs to get a flare.
It's an old Scoggins disc. Is there ever a doubt?
Bing, 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 birdie. Off to the next hole.
That's how you do it. Tee of 5 again. This time Mertsch. You love her hyzer flip game on this one, Brian.
Oh, she threw a dime on this yesterday. Look at this. Come on.
Some late hate, but that was a great throw.
That was rude. That was a bit rude. Nice line. Still a chance for birdie. She throws with some pretty steep hyzer, maybe 20 degrees or so. She throws some really nice understable plastic, and she really knows how to work these long, flexing hyzer flips.
King. It's a long bit at birdie that almost drops in. Tap in par as the result, at least. It's a birdie putt for Tattar. They're giving her circle 2 for this bid.
Yeah, I'd say this is definitely late circle 2. Feather in the background, not blowing too much. Ooh. Really nice looking trajectory there.
Man, not off by much from 65, Brian.
I see Dickerson throwing his step putts with very similar trajectory. A little nose up, a little bit of Annie out of the hand.
I like that style. I feel like it's really like
It's safe.
It's also on the chain plane a long time.
Yes. I love the emotion there. She was
Yeah.
gutted. She wanted to feel that satisfaction.
That would have been a great get. Laine, a little work left for par. Another high bid from Laine.
Just not quite putting the pieces together early this round.
Yeah, it's going to slide her back to 2 over if the putt drops. On the round, that is.
Genuinely curious of, why power players like Hailey King are not throwing the stable mid-range and mitigating that variance side to side.
Is it just not enough disc?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I has to be.
Yeah.
But then again, no.
No.
Both of these women can throw over 500 feet.
I wonder if it's that eagle. They're maybe thinking about, if
That's
I have a
true.
good drive, I can get an eagle. Whereas that thought's never in Ohn's head, and she gets a drop-in birdie. We're going to send it off to break, but you won't miss a thing.
Hey, hope you're enjoying coverage here on Disc Golf Network. Power Grip has an exclusive deal just for DGN viewers. Now through Sunday, use promo code DGLOW2024 at checkout and get 20% off. Some restrictions apply, but it's valid at both PowerGripEurope.com and PowerGripUSA.com.
Got a good thing coming, and it's all I need. Everything I wanted is in front of me. It's a good.
Want to play chess but don't know how to get started? Try chess.com. Play for free against someone at your level or challenge one of our friendly computer bots. Trying to improve your chess? Learn the Queen's Gambit and other openings with guided interactive lessons. Like chess but don't want the pressure of playing games? Chess.com has hundreds of thousands of fun puzzles to help you relax and sharpen your mind. Play your friends, make new ones around the world, follow the latest games, and more. Sign up and play for free at chess.com today.
Brian should let him have a break with the lead, but Scoggins back in solo position now on the tee of 4.
Now in a little bit more guarded section of the course. Those winds are not going to be as strong. Nicely done. Ohnn definitely wants to be more on that right side so she can play the forehand up the hill.
King 1 off the lead.
Ooh, she's on that left side, and like you see right here, the ceilings are a lot lower. Curious to see what she pulls off there.
Tattar. Kristin trying to bend that one over. It didn't bend quite as much as you planned for.
It was still really solid, and I think she's going to have a forehand from there if she wants it.
Laine still looking to get on the board today. 2 bogeys and a par. That should help, Ryan.
Yes.
It's about what we saw Holyn Handley about a whole,
exactly
10 minutes ago.
That kind of Annie to flat shot with something stable, punch it through the low ceiling. And now she's pretty much obstruction free.
On the green of the same, Finley putting for birdie. Oh, that's hole 6, excuse me.
Tight battle so far.
Sure is. Handley. Third shot on 5. You saw the drive. It was deep in the woods. Pitched out to here, and you know bogey's about what you'd expect after that drive, right?
Yeah, that'll happen out here.
Yeah. Monduhano on 6. Birdie putt. Striping him is Valerie right now.
3 down through 6. Solid start.
The putts have looked perfect as well. Mertsch. It's a birdie look on 5 in circle 2.
Nice try. Nice stress-free par ahead. And now I'm interested to see what Hailey has. This side is not great. If you're really left, you then have kind of a skip hyzer. But here, it's like maybe a forehand roller. There might be a window out to the right to throw a panning forehand.
That nearly worked, Brian.
That was not bad.
No, not at all.
That's going to still be a putt if she wants it.
Monduhano tee of 7.
Just fine again.
Yeah.
Going to give her another tunnel shot, maybe 300, 350 feet.
Back to 6's tee for Mertsch. I think she's going to like that.
I think she's going to love that.
Yeah. Tattar throwing 2 on 4.
Yeah. Definitely has enough space. This is actually a pretty good lie for Kristin. She loves to throw those forehands flat with something stable.
What do you think she's seeing on that bush now, Brian?
Maybe 250. The hole's 508. I mean, it might even be less. Probably plays closer to 250.
Snakes it to the edge of circle 1 with a birdie look. Not the worst angle on the putt either.
Not at all. Something about this hole really tickles me. It reminds me of a hole at European Open where no matter where you land, it's going to be a different shot. You have to get creative no matter what on the second.
Oh, like hole 4, is it?
I think it's hole 7.
Hole 7?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now Holyn Handley up ahead on 6.
In position.
That's fine.
Back to 4 for Scoggins and her second.
Yeah, it's like on the right side of this fairway, you got to throw something really tight that skips up the hill. If you're in the middle, you have to deal with the low ceilings. Too far left, you got to go with the panning forehand like Hailey did. Or this.
Yeah, the monster perfect drive. Nothing in the way for Heidi. And that'll hopefully get her on the board today. Monduhano her second on 7.
Okay. Short left, maybe just outside C1.
Handley a little crowded, huh? Isn't she, for her second?
Oh, this is interesting.
Miss that.
That is satisfying.
That's all you can do when a shot like that happens. Just laugh. Just enjoy it. King, it's a long look at birdie. That's a concession for par. Don't mind that from that angle. And look at your top 10. Hey, Paige Pierce making an appearance, Brian.
I mean, she had a great start yesterday. She kind of stumbled late, but was looking like Paige was going to be on the lead card going into today, but that can happen out here.
Tattar, edge of the circle for birdie. To stay within 2 of Scoggins.
You love a good battle, Ian.
Oh, you do. A couple D-Glow champions battling it out.
Well, we know that both of them love a good battle, and they've been battling back and forth for a while. There's a strong mutual respect between Kristin and Ohn.
Thanks, Azuka, for rolling back this replay for us. You'll catch me rolling my Zuka all over the course, Brian. Love that thing, man.
Nicely done from Kristin.
Laine to get on the board with a birdie. Let's go, Brian.
That's a good stroke. That is a great putting stroke.
That was definitely her best looking effort so far, wasn't it?
You know, on 3 and some of the previous holes, it felt like she threw the putt and her weight kind of fell back, didn't give it the full commitment. That was super clean.
Scoggins for a 2-stroke lead. Not the prettiest putt of Ohn's life, but effective.
Got to give it a little pat, pat, pat on that basket.
King walking to a par putt to stay within 2. Well played by the card there.
Oh, yeah.
Mertsch has a similar look to Handley. Where does she go with it? So nice.
Got that up a guy for $5.
I need context more often for these random audio clips we get. Let's check out Brian's breakdown, brought to you by blackgeekdisc.com, the premium disc golf store.
Well, we've talked about it already, but I'm going to go into number 2 here. Study last year's scores. You see, if you just look a little bit closer into what players did last year and what the winners or the top finishers did, there's a lot of holes that players have in common in not birdieing. You can lower your stress levels. You can move through this course less tense if you just say, I don't need this hole.
Yeah.
I don't need to birdie this to win this tournament. But speaking of stress,
T of 5.
This is one of those bonus birdies we're talking about. Players can get this, and I don't think Ohn in her head is saying, I'm going to birdie this hole. 480, downhill. It is such an enjoyable shot to throw. You're throwing a long hyzer flip with a driver, or if you do have that top level speed, you can get there with a mid-range. There is this log on the right side of the green that you can kind of play into. We saw players in the MPO division kind of ricochet off the log and put themselves right inside the circle. So they need to capitalize on this if they want to take strokes on Ohn, because this is one that she's going to be playing for par.
There is OB long. Really doesn't come into play on the drive often, maybe on the approach.
It's the aggressive putts, yes,
Yeah.
the scrambles.
The flex forehand from Scoggins is going to head off the fairway right. Oh. That was friendly.
Just fine.
Tattar. One of those holes where she has a chance to grab that stroke, as Brian just mentioned.
Needs to ride more.
Gosh, it's trying to get over there into the fairway, but not in time. Laine.
Going with the hard flex. That's it right there.
She's in the circle, Brian.
Really, really well done.
King. Let's see if she can part the same air. Gosh, so close to perfection.
And when you're stretching out a shot like that at 480, it's micro misses that cause the disc to not do that.
Yeah. It's a birdie putt for Steen on 6.
Not gonna fall.
Let's jump ahead to 7 for Maduhano's birdie putt. She's short and left of the pin.
Close, a nice safe bid. Drop in par there now. Now Missy.
Birdie look back on 6. Hearted by Gannon. Oh, looks like Missy's had a bit of a slow day. It gets her back to level on the round. 2 bogeys, 2 birdies on her card. Handley, speaking of birdies, has a look. Holyn's C1 putting is so good, Brian.
And she's proud of it for the first time in a while, like she said earlier this week, which is great news. Now Ohn.
Got away with the drive and puts the mid-range on the bucket for a drop-in par. Spectator reaction.
People come here, they want to see some throw-ins. They want to see some aces.
Tattar is second.
It's a cool little shot, little panning forehand. Should be a nice 3. Heidi Laine, chance to take a stroke. Hailey, long bid to do the same.
That'll be a stroke on the field, too. Nobody has gotten 5 today. Yesterday, we got King, Tattar, and Mertsch with the birdies.
Man, that shot from King was, like I said, a degree away from turning and getting all the way to the pin. Now she's a little farther than I thought.
Yeah, just forced to lay up, but does it beautifully. Tap in birdie for Mertsch on 6. Really nice forehand approach there. Mertsch now at 7, 3 off the lead of Scoggins to grab a stroke on the field. Heidi Laine.
Not gonna happen.
Just a little low and left. It skitters off the top of the basket. On top of the cage, that is. And the old, you're still out. This time for par.
Looking like pars all around for the lead card. What do you think? No birdies on this one today. Does this pin need to get moved up, or do you like where it's at?
I like where this one's at, Brian. It's gettable.
It's totally gettable by these top players.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Give your distance players a couple holes where they have an advantage. Tattar in for par. 2 more of those coming up for King and Scoggins. Not in that order.
And nobody able to take that bonus stroke on the leader. And now we get to pretty much the opposite of 5 in hole number 6, short par 4. But first, Mertsch on 7.
Yeah, hole 6 is what, 60 feet shorter than hole 5, and you get one more stroke for it. Handley. Trouble.
Oh no.
Can it settle in time? Ooh.
Hey, dude.
Taking a peek at your scores. Scoggins still with 2 strokes. Holyn may be in trouble on 7. We'll find out. Did you see if that went OB or not, Brad? Could you tell? Yeah.
Not entirely.
Yeah.
But it is her 3rd throw. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
OB.
Yeah.
A lot of frustration coming from Holyn. You can hear her through the camera, just not feeling it today, but still in the hunt.
OB still in play with his 3rd shot left, right, and long of the pin. That's heady golf, Brian.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I mean, the shot to get to the pin from there would have been way too technical.
Like that crazy hyzer flip we saw yesterday.
She could have done it.
Yeah.
Maybe in a casual round, but when the pressure's on, good choice.
Fairway of 8, Manduhano.
Go in.
Oh, do it.
Oh,
Sounds like that one was online.
no, it's on the course. Oh, okay. I got excited for a second. I think. It's like after the next one. By the road. Yeah. By the road, yeah. It's so far. There's a lot of fun. Okay, well, I know I have to go, so I'm already going to take a break. Just let me know. Yeah, me too. Okay, cool. Yeah.
This is probably one conversation we
Yeah,
we can skip. Scoggins going to the mid-range on the tee of 7, or 6, excuse me.
Don't need to do anything fancy on this hole.
No. Center cut.
Do that.
Yeah, you just got a forehand from there.
I mean, Hailey bogeyed this one yesterday. I mean, that's a mistake that I don't see her making again. Kristin, similar speed disc to Ohn.
It flipped up a little more than she wanted, Brian.
It did, but what I like about this is there's gaps to hit on that right side. You can take a risk. There's not a lot of undergrowth to deal with.
Laine at a standstill with her power.
Mm-hmm. That'll be just fine. She'll have to maybe get a little crafty.
King. Oh.
I wonder if Hailey's strategy is to throw a driver just hard at the right side and hopefully sneak through and maybe give her a chance at eagle.
She definitely ripped it hard, Brian. Like, that was not a layup.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're rolling the dice quite a bit, but Hailey does love a nice aggressive play every now and then.
Mertsch, her 2nd on 7. That is a beaut out of Cat Mertsch into circle 1. Steen throwing 2 on the same.
Mm-hmm. Just fine there, just outside C1.
And Manduhano, I just had this left for birdie, an absolute dropper. That is a hot round on the course right now, too, as well. Tied with Danny Clyden at 4.
It's a great start.
Handley, this is her 4th. Got away with that one. And I just mentioned our Innova hot rounds. Here is a look at those. Manduhano and Clyden on top. Jessica Weiss having a day.
I love the way this course is scoring.
Yeah.
Love the opportunities presented to all different types of players. Little advantages to the players who can throw a little bit farther here and there.
But sometimes it gets you in trouble, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Scoggins, her second. Fairway of 6. She just throws the right shot every time.
Yep. I can't see her messing that hole up at all this weekend. Now Holyn for par. I believe this is actually for bogey with the OB stroke off the tee.
And we just got an update in our ear that OB stroke was removed. So it sounds like that was for par, and she'll drop in a bogey. Tattar taking the unconventional route with her second. What a weave job.
I did.
I love how much they love disc golf, Ryan. You know? It's like, I want to see that shot.
I mean, what other game are you doing stuff like this? This is...
No.
I get it. And I love that Ohn is just able to come and celebrate good golf for what good golf is. And she wants to see her competitors play well. She wants to be in those battles. How did you do that?
Yeah, exactly, right?
As if you couldn't do it yourself.
Laine. She's a little off the fairway, but not much. Perk, you got to look at this line for Laine.
Yeah, she's got a gap right in front of her that's maybe 3 feet across, a little bit staggered, and the footing's going to be uncomfortable. We'll know pretty quick if she hits it clean or not. Pretty risky here. Oh, she's pured it a little low. It's climbing the hill. She'll be happy with that shot. She'll have an uphill 35-footer.
Awesome. Thank you, Perk. Some pokey stuff down there, Brian.
Man, wipe the sweat from your brow. Nicely done.
Steen. Just a step out into circle 2. Birdie putt. Tee of 9, Maduhano.
Keep going. Her shots seem to stay in the air just forever.
She is a master of the full flight.
Yes.
Mertsch putting for birdie. Nice make from Mertsch within 2 of the lead. Let's roll back a Zuka replay on the Mertsch make. Edge of circle 1.
And these baskets have been really generous on the weak side, and also you got to give credit to Kat for putting a good speed on it, open up that side of the basket.
And back to 6 for King and her second. You'd like that a little closer.
He's putting away from the slope.
True. Taking a peek at your top 10. We got a 4-way tie for second right now. 2 off the lead of Scoggins.
Are you feeling like anybody's going to make a push? Do you think with the way Ohn's playing right now, how are you feeling about that?
After 1, I would have said yes, but after she bounced back with a turkey, I'm going to say no, Brian.
It just seems like she's playing rock solid.
Yeah.
I mean, again, hole 5 pass, nobody got the stroke on her there.
It doesn't really feel like anyone else is like in that flow state fire. You know, just can't do anything wrong right now. Laine for birdie. Just running out of energy. A foot early is that bid from Laine. King. Also a bit of work on her birdie bid.
Missed up and down. And you know what, Ian? I'm seeing a lot of good things from Kristin. I'm seeing a lot of good things from Valerie Monduhano. They just need to keep their feet on the gas. And again, holes like 11 and 12, they got to at least give it a chance.
Tattar will stay within 2. Your leader, own Scoggins at the velo.
Oh, backup hole. Y'all ready for this?
Girl, we're always ready.
Yep.
Sarah, have you tried this new True Athlete pre-workout? It's so good.
Good food, good birdie. 5 o'clock somewhere.
Soup's up. What's even in there? It is birdies.
I think the Blackwell Pro is the best practice basket I ever had at home. What I love most about this basket is that it catches really well. It's kind of exactly what you want. If you're looking for a great solution for a practice basket, Blackwell Pro.
Introducing the Birdie Derby, a ready-to-run tournament package from Prodigy Disc. It's the perfect 3-disc tournament to welcome new players and give experienced throwers something new to try. Learn more and host a derby today at discgolfderby.com.
Tone technology by Clash Discs.
Pre-flight check complete. We are go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Go for launch.
And welcome back to the Discraft Great Lakes Open. Round 2 coverage.
Right back in.
Scoggins birdie on
Through
6,
the-
maintaining that 2-stroke
through the
lead over
strap that holds
Tattar.
the live view down, and then in the water pocket.
T of 7 now with Scoggins.
538, plays a little bit uphill to the landing zone. You got to cover 300 feet or so to get to the flat. It's got to sit.
All right.
Inside line is actually not bad. There's an opening right there.
Oh.
Kind of plays to Ohn's advantage. OB left, OB right.
Tattar.
It's got to kick out. And another right miss for Kristin.
Laine.
We've lost three.
King.
She's going to be pretty far back. I think Hailey is one of the few players that actually might have the sidearm power to get a flex up there.
Mertsch throwing 2 on 8. Oh yeah, lovely from Cat. Drop in birdie. You know, Kat's been having a solid, couple weeks, Brian.
She's really kept her head screwed on. She's been a treat to talk to, and she's just been working so hard on staying in it, not giving up, giving her best effort in every single shot. And just over these years, we've watched her just get better and more consistent. And she hasn't lost the power and the stuff that she started out with. Everything else has started coming together, and coming together when it matters.
There's our scorecard right now. That 8 will turn into a birdie as well. Grabbing a nice turkey.
It's a decent start. Once you hit that back stretch, it starts to get tougher and tougher, it seems like, with every hole.
Hopefully she can keep it cruising. Tattar after the OB drive will throw her third.
And I don't know if it's a matter of just not trusting the stability of a disc. Maybe your head's thinking, your feet are thinking hyzer, your head's thinking flex. I'm not quite sure. It's been a pretty common miss.
I saw her lined up on that tee pad, Brian, and I'm like, is she throwing right OB?
But if you're throwing hyzer flip, that's fine.
Okay. Tattar. This might challenge the OB right again.
I think that's okay.
A little bubble right there. Perk, can you talk to us about what Tattar has left on the hole?
Signal issues there for Perkins, and yeah, and not to step on your toes there, because you're right in saying, her alignment was moving to the right. But again, if you're throwing kind of that inside out hyzer flip that kind of rides the line as it's flipping to flat, that's a great shot. It's always just curious, and you pick apart Kristin when she makes a mistake, because when she makes one, you notice it.
King going to the forehand for her second. Not trying to get all the way to the pin there. Hopefully that nestled in bounds. It looked.
I think it should be okay.
Okay. Handley throwing 2 on 8.
There's that great touch again from Handley, and look at the wind blowing on this portion of the course. That is different from yesterday.
Back to 7's fairway for Laine's second. So the card impressed by that one from Laine. It was a good one. Second for Steen on 8. Manuhano, tee of 10.
And that's great. Center cut.
Back to Scoggins on 7, her second. Push long enough? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the inside line is great, especially for someone like Ohn who wants to have some room to kind of push it out there with a little turn and let it crash out at the end.
That makes a ton of sense. Hailey, now the birdie putt on 8.
And the checkerboard continues.
Wow.
Bounce back stats are going to be looking fantastic, but I'm sure she's just ready to string something together. It's frustrating having rounds like that.
Now we're dropping birdies for Steen and Mertsch. Tattar right on the edge of the OB line. Got away with that one. Throwing 4. Looking for the up and down 5.
Oh, a little early. That's fine. 15 feet. And Kristin also kind of struggling to string birdies together. Just hasn't gotten more than just one in a row.
And she'll get one back right here, too. King, her third, was in bounds nicely. And into the bullseye. Only 4 birdies on 7 today, Brian.
It's a really specific second shot, and I think the OB has really gotten into people's head. It's tightened up over the years, too. Again, it used to be one of these holes that was like a playground. Anywhere you wanted to go was fine.
Totally true. Manduhano, you saw the drive on 10, now the approach. That uphill run up, Brian, I think got her.
It got her bad.
Yeah. Laine, long look birdie on 7. There is OB long and left, but that settled nicely. Birdie pupper Scoggins in circle 2.
We've seen her make a few of these before.
For a 3-stroke lead.
Ooh, ramps off the top. See how much work left. Perkins, did that ramp off into the out of bounds? We couldn't quite tell from our angle.
No, I think it's safe. Yeah, it did. It did check up safe, but a little scary coming back here. It might only be 20 feet, but it drops off pretty steep behind the chains.
Now to maintain 2 strokes, Scoggins. That circle 1 putt does the job. Should be looking at Tattar now, putting for bogey. Good putt, but that's doing Scoggins a favor. She'll drop a stroke, 3 back now. King, par. That will keep Hailey within 3 of Scoggins. Laine's par is home as well. Manduhano, birdie putt on 10. Circle 2.
Not going to happen there.
No, Mertsch on the tee of 9.
Keep coming.
Mertsch within 2 of the lead. Can't you make it 1? You'll find out on the other side. We'll see you there.
OTB is very specific on how they list the disc because they want you to like the disc.
Virtually in your hand tells you what the disc is going to feel like, how heavy it's going to be. It's everything you want to know before it shows up to your house.
Not just marketing.
It's only the best.
We're tough.
Yeah.
And we love the outdoors, right? But poison ivy's nasty, even for tough guys like us. So we use Zanfel.
Zanfel works fast and washes away the itch.
Zanfel neutralizes toxins and washes them from your skin. In seconds, the itch is gone. Healing begins.
When you get poison ivy, get Zanfel. It works. Immediate relief, and we're right back to being tough, right?
Right.
Got poison ivy, get Zanfel.
It works.
Jonathan! Jonathan!
Jonathan!
Wow!
Jonathan! Skulle du visa?
Hi. Yeah, check this pad out.
I think you should use your wrist a little bit more.
Why not?
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Cat Mertsch went long off the tee on 9 coming back for a drop in par. Or giving that a half go even, maybe.
It was more than a half go. She loves dropping in those forehands.
Cool stuff from Mertsch. Monduhano, tee of 11. Downhill dog leg right.
Love these backhand turnovers she throws for this shot. 442.
Nice. Thank you.
They're loving it. Really nice shot. Getting ready to go off on 8. Still waiting.
While they wait, Cat Mertsch, tee of 10.
Yeah. Totally fine. Middle of the fairway there.
And now on this week we have Kristin.
Is that a moon pie?
Silver and Anniken.
Oh, cool. Party house.
Boy, I hope.
Bigger house.
Happy. You can see it. You can see it
Black,
here. That's right.
brown bread,
A lot of protein.
zucchini, and eggs.
Oh. She's pushing it.
Because it's so big, I have to flag one. Huh? Oh, no, yeah. Okay.
Put some in on.
I mean, she's flexing over the field right now.
She sure is, man.
I just think it's one of the beautiful parts of our sport is two players right there, Heidi and Ohn, two completely different play styles right up towards the top.
That's good enough for Ohn.
That's fantastic for Ohn, yeah. You get past that tree on the right side, second shot becomes a lot easier.
Laine.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging out with Scoggins there on the fairway. Now King.
Oh yeah. I think we're going to see something pretty similar from Kristin as well. Oh. Holding onto her arm a little bit.
Yeah, we saw that from Simon yesterday too, that same grab.
Hoping everything's okay.
Good job, ladies. Woo.
Well, there's your forehand clinic for the day, folks. 4 flicks, 4 really nice landing
It should be at
zones.
the bottom of the bag by the top.
It's a birdie putt for Finley on 10. Finley, one of your bubble players for that Pro Tour Championship. Trying to get in. She's just out. Yep. Up 4 spots. Needs to make a, what, 5 more?
Yeah, just has to keep charging, grabbing those birdie strokes, and top 20. That's what she's aiming for. It's tough now. We were saying it a little bit yesterday, but it's just not enough to play on the tour full time. You have to be excellent playing on the tour full time, as I think they were trying to make it when they first built the Pro Tour Championship format out.
It's a great look at hole 8's fairway. See the basket just left of center at the top.
It's a tricky hole. The second shot, if you're not in the right spot, gives you kind of a tight angle, but all of these forehands are so good.
Laine up first with the second shots. Count that one. Now Scoggins.
Yeah, gave herself a little bit of work. Not too bad. 20-footer.
Tattar.
Ohn has called for so many shots to just go in today. She'll get it eventually.
She will. King stepping up to her second.
And 4 pretty simple birdies right there on hole number 8. I mean, with where the FPO tee-pad is on this one, they're not dealing with that super tight angle that the MPO field has to deal with. So this is just another one like 6, kind of just put the shot in play and get the job done.
Yeah, it's playing as the 3rd easiest on the course today, half a stroke under par as Mertsch approaches beautifully on 10. Cat Mertsch is kind of doing some things, Brian.
Yes, she is. And having this standstill sidearm that she's worked so hard on is so helpful when you have to deal with these uphill run-ups. I mean, backhand gets a lot tougher. We saw with Val Monduhano trying to throw with that uphill lie. Couldn't quite make it work.
Scoggins for birdie. Fired home nicely. That'll maintain a 2-stroke lead over Cat Mertsch when she drops in her birdie on hole 10. King. Stays within 3. Same can be said for Tattar. And Laine, a birdie, gets her back to level on the day.
It's a nice spread. It's a nice spread, doing exactly what they need to do. Now we get up to hole number 9, one of those bonus birdies we were talking about, Ian.
That it definitely is. A spot where Laine could use that big arm of hers.
Most definitely.
We're flying 9, Brian.
I mean, anyone really. I mean, this is another one where Ohn is going to have to stretch out the shot of her life to get a birdie on this one. I think she'll admit that herself. The rest of these players playing with the downhill here, they can throw something that flips up to flat, gets straight, gives themselves a putt on this elevated pin. And if you do this a couple times, that's 2 strokes you can take on the leader right now. But you have to capitalize.
Is that where that old pin was, Brian, and those rocks
Yep.
across the little valley?
A blind hyzer. There wasn't really a good way of practicing the shot. You just threw it up in the sky and hoped that it landed somewhere.
It's a great look at the hole from our Flight Factory drone.
It's always cool to be flying over a property that is specifically for disc golf this time of year. We're not sharing anyone else's land. This is just for the disc golfers this week.
Scoggins' drive is out.
Yep, just playing for par.
Yep.
It's playing over par on average, so
Thank you, guys.
pars across the board take strokes.
Laine. The big arm can also get you into trouble, Brian.
And that rough is in play, and it is not nice.
We saw a great scramble from Paige over there yesterday.
Yes, we did.
So we'll hope for the same for Heidi. King.
Similar to Own, Hailey just wants the 3.
Zero birdies on 9 so far today. Tattar.
Oh, it's flipping all the way over. We will see what happens here for Kristin. Not pretty back there.
Brian, what happened?
I think there's a little bit of wind out there. Let's throw it down to Perkins, actually. Perkins, how is the wind at this pocket of the course?
Yeah, there was definitely some wind that you see, but it's pretty clear once you get down in the fairway, and we're going to track the disc down right now. I see Heidi's clash disc off on the right, and it looks like they've located Kristin's. Heidi's is not great. She's going to have to pitch to maybe a 28-footer. Kristin also...
Looks like we lost Perk at the end of that one, but got most of the message. Thank you, Nate.
It's not great. And when you, again, like I was saying on hole 5, when you're trying to stretch these shots out with intention, with shape, that far, a little miss.
It's a birdie look for Monduhano on 11. Oh my goodness, what a good get that would have been. Mertsch dropping in the birdie on 10.
Good stretch.
Yeah, sure enough. Coming back for par now, Val. Mertsch, tee of 11. Or we just saw Monduhano. That's a friendly kick out.
Should be a nice up and down for par.
Yep. Flying above hole 9 as your lead car makes their way down the fairway.
This place does quite nice from a drone view. It's so beautiful out here.
You'll love the green. That is a great look from our Flight Factory drone, even, where you get 15% off over at flightfactorydisc.com. Love that Flight Factory look. You got DGlow 24 for 15% off your order. Put your camera at that QR code. That ends on Sunday, so make sure you get your order in before then. We looking at lineup, Brian?
We're looking at someone.
Me?
Oh,
Yeah, you. Owen's pointing at you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, she was trying to throw just a very specific hyzer flip and maybe just put it a little bit too low, got the nose down too much, and now you drift all the way off here. Let's see what she has. would have been a nice surprise. Just fine for Kristin.
The Laine or King playing the who's out game. Looks like King has won. You'll take a 3 and you'll lose strokes to no one. Over in the woods is Laine for her second. While she figures that out, Monduhano on 12.
That works.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long look uphill, but out of trouble.
In trouble is Laine for her second on 9.
Okay. Wondering how many adjustments to these holes are going to get made. If your championOhn has not even birdied a single par 3.
Thank you.
And we're not seeing a lot of birdies in any of these, really. I mean, 5, this one, hole 1. I mean, with how well this course scores, you wonder if you can make it even better. $18.
Yeah. This one playing a third a stroke over par. Tattar for her par. Laine did well to get in circle 1.
Couple of good scrambles there from Kristin and Heidi. She just needs to capitalize now.
I love the balance in the course, though, where there's opportunities to scramble.
Definitely. Oh, for sure. I think putting the artificial rope is good on most shots, and with how good the throwers are these days, you have to punish them for throwing errant shots, but we got to put them in some literally prickly situations every now and then.
Scoggins. Maintaining a 2-stroke lead over Mertsch, his own Scoggins. One more par coming, that from Hailey King. Am I seeing some raindrops, Brian?
I think so. Just a little bit. I don't see a lot of umbrellas, though.
Yeah.
Maybe some underprepared spectators.
The Mertsch second on 11 is really nice and will result in a drop-in par. Just 5 birdies on 11 today.
Oh, wow. Val a lot farther back than we thought.
Yeah. Just lays up for an easy par. Steen throwing 2. He was short and right of the pin.
Oh!
You got your OTB shot of the day right there, Brian.
What a shot!
Let's go. She even has a flag to wave. Let's roll back a Zuka replay.
Just playing catch on the beach. Hit you right in the chest, Ian.
Right in the sternum, Brian.
Yeah, nicely done.
Awesome. That was deep, man. What are you calling that one?
Man, that was maybe 150, 175.
That's what I was going to guess, too. Incredible stuff. Our scorer on the ground is giving her 123.
Those are always fun, too, because you put a little bit too much power into it, and you go, it's going to sit down.
Bam.
Right in the bucket. That sounds good.
Well, she walks to the tee of 12. We're going to jump back to the tee of 10 for Scoggins.
Ooh, that snapped out quick.
Standstill forehand coming up.
Yeah, and this is only 507. This is another one of those sub 600-foot par 4s. Once you get to the flat, it's not that far.
Laine.
You nail on him.
King.
Bang. Huge shot from Hailey.
Center cut, too. Tattar.
That's a really nice line as well from Kristin.
And a fun addition to the Disc Golf Pro Tour Pro Shop is our 10th season supporter box. Only 500 available, $100 each. Tons of swag in those boxes. We'll even ship them to Norway, where Anniken Steen is from. She's now on the tee of 12. Is this a left-handed hole, Brian?
I think so, because you don't have to throw that really touchy push hyzer. You can at least have something that's trying to fight back to the right. Just overturned it a little bit too much.
Mertsch, you're loving her hyzer flip game up this hill. Didn't quite flip enough for Cat. Likely par coming up. Back to 10 for Scoggins in her second.
It's better for her to miss on that left side because now she has room right to stretch those wide flexes out.
A little bit of lettuce in the backswing, but she managed it really nicely, Brian. Oh, I take it back.
Yeah, with the pause that she had, I didn't think she was going to throw that. But line looked good, just threw it too high.
Tee of 13, Maduhano. I think it's a par 4 for the field. Birdie opportunity.
Right side is a bit of a grab bag back there. Better hope you have a gap.
Back to 10, Tattar. Chance to grab a stroke on Scoggins. She is quite a ways out.
And that is how you capitalize and put pressure on Ohn. You know, Ian, we were talking about all these sub 600 foot par 4s that Ohn is scoring exceptionally well on, and I think before I looked this up, I would have thought that she was easily the best sub 600 foot par 4 player on tour. But we dig into the stats, Kristin is the best by a decent margin, 47% of sub 600 foot par 4 she's birdieing this season at Elite Series and Majors. Ohn directly behind her at 43%. They're the only players in the 40s for this category. No surprise they're up here towards the top.
Laine. That sneaks just outside bullseye for a birdie look.
And to me, that just says their fundamentals are the most sound. They're good at doing the simple things correctly the most consistently.
And two of the best putters on tour.
Of course, exactly.
King, a monster drive, just has this left for her second.
Speaking of fundamentals, really well done.
3 near bullseye hits for the card. Scoggins. It's going to be fairway or circle 2 for her birdie look.
This is finally a chance for the card to take a stroke on her in one of these holes that she's been so good at.
That looks like the edge of the fair. Actually, she's outside. Call this a fairway bid for Scoggins. Green light, though, with the backstop at least. goodness, Brian.
Thought she was going to make us eat our words.
Oh, my. It was shaping. Ran out of steam just a couple feet early. Online the whole way, though.
Well, here's a chance.
Yeah, the card should grab a stroke on your leader. That won't change the lead. It'll just change the person. It'll still be 2. Heidi making short work of that short putt. And Tattar will get close within 2. King drops in birdie. Kristin just kind of feels inevitable, Brian.
Of course.
You know, she's gonna figure it out and start doing her thing.
Well, and I look at her scorecard from round 1. She bogeyed 7, and she bogeyed 14. Those are some holes that you shouldn't be bogeying. So I think today we're going to see a little bit different scoring from her. Now Steen, simple little forehand up here on 12.
Nicely settles in the bullseye. Finley, her second shot on 13. She's left of the gap. It looks like she'll have a line.
More than that.
Capitalizes on that. Finley will drop in birdie. That'll get Holly to 8. Just 4 off the lead. Mertsch 2 off the lead, trying to make it 1 on the green of 12. What an effort, Brian.
1 foot right. Nice speed.
Manduhano on 13. You saw the drive, now the second.
Oh, wow. That is not easy to do from there. Crafty.
That was really nice. Handley on 12 has a birdie look to get within 4. That was a big time putt.
Way to grab the birdie on a tough hole. One of those bonus birdies. Some players having a real tough time accessing the green here, so this is a great way to grab that bird. And
let's roll back a Zuka replay.
Oh, yeah.
This is a scary putt to run, Brian. You hit metal that's not in the bucket, and you could Sarah Hokum it.
I've seen tragic rollaways on this green.
Isn't this the Hokum hole?
No, that's number 8.
It was 8? Okay. 8. Same-ish.
There's
kinda.
Quite a few out here that give you the same feeling, and it's not great.
I think we're looking at hole 11 here, Brian, from our Flight Factory drone.
Yeah, and we begin a stretch of holes that I think Kristin, Hailey, they have a chance to take an advantage here. I think Ohn with a great shot can get that forehand down there to the green, but it's going to take some work.
Manduhano, a nice putt for birdie on 13. What an approach that was.
So nice.
Val is within 3 of Scoggins all of a sudden, and 5 down on the day, and that's a clean 5 for Val. Really nice. Laine, tee of 11. Downhill, dogleg right. It's such a specific line, Brian.
You don't get the luxury of swinging it right at all. You have to push it out really far forward before it starts turning. You have to trust your equipment a lot.
King. At Hailey King forehand, Brian, is something else.
That's crushed.
Yeah.
Circle 2. Maybe a little bit outside that. Forehand gives you that short right positioning normally. Backhand can get you inside C1 easier.
Sure feels a lot safer of a tee shot, though.
Definitely.
Tattar.
Let's see if that's the correction. Just outside C1. I mean, like I said yesterday, I think both shots, backhand, forehand, there's an equal challenge there.
Scoggins.
Yeah.
If you want a 3, there's nothing wrong with that one,
Yep.
Brian.
And, you know, there's a chance from Kristin. She can grab the birdie. It's going to be a long putt.
I wouldn't count Ohn out either.
Well, of course.
Tom. 7 brushing the tee pad. That's Missy Gannon's husband.
Did he not bring his pressure washer too, Ian?
They can share it. They can.
He's slacking.
Nicely done, Missy.
The keeper of the broom.
The keeper of the broom. Jennifer Allen's having a pretty good day, too, actually, last time I checked. Yeah, she's 4 down. Just 2 bogeys. Through
Not
14.
surprising.
Yeah. Tee of 13 for Handley.
Ooh, wind just dragged it left. Not fun back there.
She got to the thick part of the rough, didn't she?
We'll just have to see where she ended up again. Left or right here, it's like rolling the dice.
So Missy was in the car with Paige yesterday when she slipped on this tee pad, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why Tom got the broom out today. 1050 rated caddy right there. Steen. Win holding this one out.
Oh
as well.
my goodness. It just didn't want it to come back to the right. That's a strong crosswind.
Laine. Let's remember that for when our lead card gets there. Heidi will have that left for par. While Scoggins heads into the rough, Mertsch, tee of 13. Looks like something slow, Brian.
Yeah, she's got to hopefully... Yeah, that's kind of inevitable with the wind that she's playing the backhand into. But she's up there.
Scoggins, somewhere in the fairway, looking at birdie.
Oh, you never know. Oh.
I told you to worry about that one, Brian. Scoggins, man. You love watching her play disc golf, Brian.
I do, man. It's the spirit of the game.
She's got it.
I love how much joy and satisfaction the game brings her, even when she's competing on the biggest stage.
King to move within 1 of the lead.
Close.
And now Tattar for the same and solo second as well.
Oh. She's had a few of those today.
Oh, my. Everything but in.
Yeah, a little bit more.
1 more pound of pressure.
Oh, it's so close.
Well, Ohn survives another one.
She sure does, huh?
Grabs her par, moves on, doesn't lose a stroke.
Laine and her par putt now. Ohn is playing so solid, Brian. Think back on her round. She's had maybe 2 bad shots. That approach on 10, her drive on 1.
Yeah.
Drops in the par, as will Tattar. They're on their way to 12. On 13, you'll find Cap Mertsch throwing 2.
Not bad. Circle 1.
Yeah. Finley on 14, spinning her second.
Really exposed part of the course. Wind is definitely gusting out here. Oh yeah, way to ride that one on the right side.
The Duchess doing her thing out there. You love to see it. Steen, her second on 13. You saw the drive a few moments ago. That was something else.
Always warms my heart to see a lefty having success out there. Nicely done.
Monduhano on 14.
Oh no. I think she was trying to stall that one, throw it a little bit higher.
It's going to be a decent amount of distance, along with that stroke penalty. This is one headed out of bounds pretty early.
She likes to throw really flat, and I think just 3 or 4 more feet of height would have actually gotten that to check up.
Sure.
Not going to happen here.
12 is T. Laine, going way uphill on this one. You love her arm for a birdie look. With the tree hit, still parks it. She's special.
She has some really exaggerated off-arm engagement when she throws. She gets such good lag on the shot. A little shrug at the camera. What? Can't help that I throw far.
Hailey King. Just a bullet up the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Tattar.
Get there.
Near bullseye for Kristin as well. Another fantastic shot up the hill.
And Scoggins. He's a crush and a long putt for a 2 on this one.
I like the shape of the flex forehand. We'll see if she has the speed to get it up there.
Wasn't off by much, honestly.
It really wasn't. I think it actually was going to get up there. I do want to take a look at Heidi Laine's shot again. Just showcasing the really great mechanics. She trained really hard this offseason. There's no surprise that she's here. But I want to take a look at this off-arm engagement. She gets the back shoulder firing first. It kind of swings that front shoulder through and initiates the torso rotation. MPO player from Europe, Kristin Kuoksa, very similar in that regard. It's a 1-2 motion. She gets that left arm jamming down so that the left shoulder kind of folds forward. Really, really nice.
Kind of that figure skater move to increase the spin.
Yeah, I guess.
You know?
And it's hard to do it with just one arm and keep the other one out in the good swing plane. I think. Oh boy.
She seems like a cool one, Brian.
She's always a treat to interview, and just another one of those fantastic European players that get to come over here. It's just a blessing to get to see people from over the pond competing out here and living out their dreams.
Long birdie bid for Scoggins. Roll away potential, but I don't think you mind the air ball there. That one settles nicely.
Okay. Hailey, little uphill bid. There's always wind coming off the road here.
Light circle 2.
Got it.
Hailey King closes the gap to 1.
It's been kind of a sleepy round for Hailey, but she's putting together a good score. No bogeys.
Yeah, no bogeys. That's now 4 birdies on the card. Laine, speaking of birdies,